Hello, my name is Bill, and today it's all about frittata. It's an omelet that's too big to fold. We're going to put lots of ingredients in it, lots of good stuff, so it's really fun. It can be a great dinner. I'm going to do a frittata for two, but in actuality, I got the idea for this when I was eating at a little beeline diner place after a night of a little bit of imbibing, a little too much alcohol, and I found that this is a great little pick-me-up that cures whatever ails you. So I want to get started on this. First of all, I've got some mushrooms here that I just wanted to sweat down a little bit. I sliced up a couple just plain mushrooms, and to it I'm going to add a little bit of sweet onion. All this stuff basically cooks down to nothing, so don't be afraid. Okay, while this is cooking, I'm going to show you how we're going to make the egg mixture. So, I've got 4 large eggs. I usually don't crack eggs on a sharp edge, but the bowl actually has a pretty fat edge to it. I love eggs. You know, you can always make breakfast for dinner. I don't know if you've ever tried that. Just eggs, bacon, toast, whatever you want, maybe sausage. But it's a fun, easy thing to do. Alright. Get this little mix around and start to cook here. So I've got in here my 4 eggs. I'm going to add some half and half. I really only need a little less than a 1/4 cup. Just going to whisk those up. This is a really great balloon whisk. In the comments I'll have a link if you want to try one of these out. They're relatively inexpensive. They're very inexpensive to get on Amazon. So basically I just wanted to get those eggs incorporated. I've got a little dill weed I'm going to add in, and of course a little fresh ground pepper. And let's just make sure it's nice and mixed up. I'm using some smoked salmon in this recipe, so the dill really goes well with the smoked salmon. It's all nice and mixed up. Let's make sure these are go. I'm trying to soften the onions. I slivered them up so they're pretty small, so they're cooking really fast. Get a little brown edge on them. Just for extra flavor. So basically, we're going to pour the egg mixture in here and let it set up a little bit. Don't be shy with the butter in the pan, because you need at least a tablespoon, just so you've got enough so the egg doesn't stick. It is a non-stick pan, but you know, eggs are tough. You want to be able to slide this out in the end. Turn this down a little bit. We're on medium heat. Don't need it quite that hot, but I want to get the egg started. We want it to kind of set before we start working with it. Probably start to see it's going to rise up a little bit where the eggs start to cook. egg. So now all you need to do is take your silicone spatula and just push the edges in and let the egg, cooked egg roll out. Work around the edges. We want to try and get the egg cooked as much as we can in this pan. But we are going to throw it under the broiler. You can put it under the broiler, put it in a hot oven like 400 degrees for a few minutes. I do that just to melt the cheese, but if the egg's not completely cooked, you put it in first, then take it out, put the cheese in, and melt the cheese. This is going to be fine. Now I know it's got a nice egg on the bottom. You can see it's still nice and moves around so it's not sticking. So let's finish up. So I've got some frozen peas that I've thawed. Just gonna sprinkle them in here. Sweet peas are great. They really add a lot of flavor. I've learned over the years that I like to put them on put them in a lot of pasta dishes, just because that sweetness really helps cut, especially if you're using tomato. I got tomato-based sauce. There's a pea under my foot somewhere. So this is smoked salmon. I just get it from the specialty grocery store. I'm just going to sprinkle some of this on here. Remember, we're not trying to fold this in half, so be generous. This is a frittata for two. You can either cut it in half when you're done or just share it on a nice big plate. Start to heat through. I already can start to smell the salmon heating up in here. Don't be shy. This is really great. Salmon's got all those omega-3 fatty acids and very healthy stuff. And I think I'm just going to take care. So I'm going to call this. Looks really good. Make sure my egg's still good. Oh yeah. Nice and cooked. Yeah. Set. So all I got left to do, got some cheese here. I like a little Swiss cheese. You can use grated cheese if you prefer. Okay, turn this off. I'm just going to cook it in the oven instead of the broiler. Put it in here. And give us a couple minutes and we'll be right back. Alright, we probably have about 30 seconds left on this frittata being done. Just want to let you know one thing. I usually use Kalamata olives that I get from like the salad bar or specialty grocery store, but with the pandemic they're not offering their salad bar. That is another nice thing to put in. I probably wouldn't use canned olives, but if you have some nice place to get some Kalamata olives that in olive oil or seasoned they can be, I would try that. All right, pretty sure this thing's all done. It's toasty. So I'm gonna do here. Let's plate it up. Just slide it on the plate. plateful. Don't want to miss those onions. All right, so now what am I going to do with this? So I have this beautiful frittata sitting here on my plate. You can see the egg's nice and cooked. It's not like an omelet where we tried to make it real tall and fluffy. It's just, it smells really great, but it's got the mushrooms and onions, it's got the salmon, the peas, a little bit of dill. So what I like to do, put a little sour cream on it. Just a couple dollops here, there, everywhere. And as usual, like I always say, get yourself some chunky salsa. This is medium. You can use hot or whatever you want. Just kind of decorate up here a little bit. My stomach's growling. I really can't wait to try this. Of course, little avocado. So you've got all these monounsaturated fats and like 20 vitamins and minerals in avocado. So I'm just gonna lay these out. If you have an avocado, you don't want to slice it up too far ahead of time, but if you cut one up and it's just a little too firm, you could always put it on the frittata when you put it in the oven, and the heat will break it down a little bit. It can't be rock hard, and it still has to taste good, but certainly it's just kind of on the verge. And by heating it, you're gonna kind of start getting the juices out of it anyways, just to make it taste better. All right, so as you can see, this is a beautiful, beautiful frittata. I love these. This is, like I said, an easy dinner. Do this as a brunch. If you make it too small, it's kind of like, why bother? But you could start with like 3 or 4 eggs. It's enough for a couple people. This is a little brunch for me today. So I want you to try it. If you like it, let me know. Please comment. If you think of anything else you'd like to put in, I'd like to know that too. And of course, I would like when you subscribe and ring the bell. But this is absolutely perfect, and I want to go ahead and eat it. So have a great day and enjoy 2021.